I want to show you how you can make videos go viral every single time. This is the process that all big creators use. And how I can tell you this personally is I've built multiple of my own YouTube channels. This one to 160,000 subscribers, this one to 40,000 subscribers and over $3.3 million. I've grown my business partners to over 30,000 subs, and that one does a good amount of money per month as well. And not just YouTube, but I talked to this person that after just one conversation, she hit 700,000 views on her TikTok. And then after one conversation with this person, hit 17.2 million views on Instagram. So this works for every platform. Now, at this point, of course, you're probably asking, okay, Aaron, what the heck is this concept that you're talking about? Well, it's called the levels of awareness. And this is the pyramid that we're going to talk about and really break this down. And kind of the inspiration for this video is my business partner, Cole, is he, for our marketing team, he invested into this guy named Todd Brown for consulting. Now, Todd Brown has been around for decades at this point. He does stuff online through copy and webinars, but also has done stuff through print and just so many other things. So at the very least, I would just stick around because you're getting basically consulting and concepts that he's teaching us for free, which I mean, we invested a lot of money into it. So let's jump into this. What is the levels of awareness? So the way you want to think about this is how aware your prospect is across the journey of your product, right? The very bottom of this is going to be the least aware. And then of course the opposite, right? At the very top of this is going to be the most aware, right? So the most aware of your product, of your service, of what you're trying to pitch as your thing or your methodology or whatever it may be. Now, obviously, with all that context, I am talking more from like a business perspective because the majority of my content, I talk about how to build a business online. But we can also, I'll give you guys some regular examples, everyday examples, and then also translate it to business. And then also how it relates to content. I'll even give you guys some hooks that you can use for every single one of these layers to make sure that you can go viral every single time. So how do I know that this is what makes you go viral? The way you want to think about this is if we have an arrow here, right? The least aware is if we're going down this pyramid, right? As we go down, least aware is going to be higher volume of people, right? So higher volume, right? As we go up, obviously the opposite of that is going to be lower volume of people, right? Lower volume that are most aware. However, as you go, I'm going to move this card. As you go up this pyramid, you have the higher quality of a client. Quality, right? So you kind of have to play this middle area of you don't always want to stay down here. You don't always want to be up there because your highest quality clients are up there, but this is where all the people usually are living. So I'm just going to go through and give you guys just the basics of these things here. So really least aware, really just look at it as like they don't know anything, right? They don't know about you. They don't know about a problem. They don't know about a solution. They don't know anything across this entire pyramid. Now, again, because like my audience and the majority of the channel and people I'm trying to get in front of are more business owners, I'm gonna give the business owner example, like I said, and then also just like an everyday example. So with least aware, right? If we're talking about businesses, this would be, and let's just say I'll say it in my own perspective, right? I'm saying that I'm a business and I'm reaching businesses that don't understand that they even have a problem, right? They're just businesses. They're like, yeah, everything's good. Everything's fine. I don't know if there's a better place, but I'm doing good, right? I don't know anything. That's kind of the mindset. If we're talking about an everyday person, it's more of like, again, they're living everyday life. They're like, I'm making good money. My health is good. My relationship's good. Like I'm good, right? Now, the way you want to think about this is every single level that you're going up, basically what you need to do is use the next level to sell them on the previous level. So this will make sense as we're going through these. But the next one is problem aware, right? So it's within the name, but they understand they have a problem and something feels wrong. Like they just feel off, right? So again, if we're using a business owner example, it would be, hey, like, I'm doing okay, but I know that I could be doing better, right? Or they just don't feel like they're in the right spot, right? Something feels wrong. So if we gave like an everyday example is, let's just say like someone's car is broken down, right? There's smoke coming out of the engine. They know that something's wrong, obviously, but they don't know if it's a specific part. Is it, overheating? Is there something, did the band break? I don't know anything about cars, but like they understand something is wrong, but they don't know exactly what that thing is. Something feels wrong. Now, as we're going up the pyramid, we have the next one, which is solution aware, right? So they're saying that I need a fix. So if we're using the car analogy again, is they understand that the problem is, let's say, a specific part in their car, right? Let's say, let's say the band gave out. I don't know what that means, but that band gave out, right? Now they understand, okay, the problem is my car is broken. and I need to get a new band. With this for a business example is that they understand now they need to generate more leads. So now they're trying to figure out, okay, the solution is some sort of, let's say, advertising. But you could do advertising, you could do organic, you can do all these different things. But now they're aware that like, okay, I have the problem and I can't generate leads, but now I need to find, or no, now I know that the solution is XYZ marketing campaign, right? From a more broad standpoint. The next step is that they are product aware, right? So being product aware means that you know exactly what that thing is that is going to fix it. It's a little bit deeper than the solution, right? So if here you understand that the solution could be, let's say, Facebook ads or Google ads or SEO, product aware, they would be like, okay, I know that 100% I need to use Facebook ads in order to grow my business, right? They're aware of the product. Let's use a different example for every day is, let's say, product aware, right? I know what it is, right? They know that they need, for example, let's say they need a laptop, right? But they don't know that's like the product being a laptop, but they don't know if they should go with a Mac or Windows or, whatever. I think that those are the main ones, but, I know there's others, but they just don't know what specific one they want to go after. And then obviously we already revealed the top, which is most aware, which means that I'm ready to buy, right? So they understand not only if we just use that laptop example all the way up, is they don't think that they need a laptop, right? Problem is like, well, my laptop isn't working as great as it used to be. And they would say, okay, well, the reason it's not working as it used to be is because it's outdated, right? Okay, now I need to get a new laptop. So, okay, what type of new laptop should I get? Okay, I'm sold on Apple because that's the one that has the best reviews and whatever it may be. And if we're using the online business example, is I'm ready to buy, is they understand that you are the person that is going to help them, or whoever this is in this example, right, is the person that is going to be the best possible way to be able to get them to their end result, which is all the way down here, right? But you are the person, the go-to that is going to help them run the Facebook ads because they need to ultimately grow their business. Now, again, I'm going to give you guys some like direct hooks with a ton of different examples of how you can create this content, so it really buttons everything up. But the way that I would look at this is, and this concept is very important because most people don't do this, is the majority of people, what they do is they focus all their content on these things, assuming that the prospect already understands that they have a problem and they want a solution for it, which is not the case. Like I'd say probably 10 to 20% of people live in this area when the rest of them are going to live down here. And this is where 80% of your content is going to live, right? More broad, more like helping them understand that number one, there's a problem, but there is like some sort of solution to that problem, right? So the way you want to think about this is every single layer, you can't skip steps. And these are all like different buckets of content that you would create. Now, next question is, okay, how do I move them up this pyramid? Well, the way you move them up the pyramid is you take, for example, if I want to sell them and get them out of this least aware into problem aware, is I need to sell the problem and help them understand that they have a problem to get them up the level, right? So if they're here in problem, I need to start educating them around the solution to bring them there, right? If I need to get them from solution to product, I need to start talking about the product to get them there. And then last but not least is I need to sell them on me as a person. I'm the best way to get to that spot. So if I'm using myself as an example here is, I help people build personal brands through Instagram, through Facebook, through TikTok, all that type of stuff. And then also more importantly, help them convert the clients on the back end, because a lot of people aren't really the best at doing that. They don't have sales systems in place, they don't have fulfillment in place. So that's really what I'm solving. So if I'm literally telling you guys, my whole strategy here is, if someone is down here, usually what that means is, let's say they're running ads right now, they're getting decent, returns, everything is good, and they're kind of just coasting, right? They don't feel like there's a problem. But if I wanted to bring them up this ladder, I would make a piece of content and I would go after them directly and be like, hey, like, are you an online business owner that feels like you're not getting the best return for the time that you're spending in your business, right? So it's like, I'm helping them, then they look at that and they're like, huh, yeah, maybe I'm not. And then I would give specific examples, right? If this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, then it's probably because you're doing X, Y, and Z wrong. So if I give an example, it would maybe be something like, hey, like, are you running ads and finding that you're not getting the best return possible, or you're not getting the best or the most return as you have in the recent years? So what I'm doing is I'm basically creating a problem for them, right? I'm helping them understand that they have a problem. So now I'm bringing them up that ladder, right? So now they just know, okay, something feels wrong, right? I don't know what it is, but I know that I now have a problem, right? So if I want to get them out of problem into solution, what I need to do is help them understand that, like, hey, there's a better way to do things, right? And it's a little bit hard to kind of differentiate these two when we're talking about content specifically, because a lot of times these two things will come together. Like if we're talking about a VSL or a webinar, it's like you need to sell them on those things pretty hard. But, basically, let's say they understand, okay, I'm not getting the best return. Now I need to help them understand based on the solution. So the solution is to diversify, right? So diversifying the traffic. And keep in mind, I'm not yet saying you need to use YouTube organic content. I'm just telling them and opening up their mind to, you just need to do something different than what you've done before, right? So the piece of content that I would make would be maybe something like, the way that a lot of people are able to, to see better returns is because they're diversifying. They're doing things like organic. They're doing things, like they're getting on more podcasts, which is technically organic. They're doing this, they're doing that to make sure that they're diversifying so they're not all in on just one specific platform, right? That would be the content, understanding that they know they have a problem and I'm creating this solution for them. Now, in terms of the product, is I'm helping them understand, well, I don't want to make it confusing, so I'll forget that point. Basically, what I was going to say is, because these are a lot of like moving together, when I say product, I'm not specifically saying like your offer or the thing that you sell. Product more means like organic in and of itself, right? So this would be more diversifying, hey, selling them on that. Now I'm going deeper of like, okay, I know what it is. So now I'm selling them on like, okay, you need to diversify, and the best way to diversify is by creating your own organic platform, because number one, you build more know, like, and trust, you get higher cash collection percentages, you get less refunds because they're bought into you more, they trust you a lot more, and there's a lot of different benefits to organic, right? So I'm selling them that there's all these ways to do it, but organic content like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok are going to be the best ways to do that. And then, of course, right here, up and ready to buy, is where you would basically make a pitch, right? Here's my product, here's my service, all that type of stuff. So how do we relate all this information back to content? I'm going to give you guys a couple different hooks and a couple different ways that you can think about this to make sure that you're going viral every single time. So I'm going to erase these, because this, again, we talked about this more towards the beginning, but the way I want you guys to think about this in terms of, as it relates to content, is it's still what I said. That marker is annoying. Now I do want to reiterate this really quickly, because this part's very, very important as it relates to content and virality, is if we go up and down this pyramid, right? The way that we can look at it is like down here is we have more broad, right? Broad content. And we have much more niche content up here, right? N-I-C-H-E, niche. There we go. So we have broad and niche. Now, what happens though is down here we have a higher volume, but lower quality, right? And then I'm not going to write it up there, but at the top we have lower volume and higher quality. So the thing is again, you have to create a strategy where you're incorporating both of the types of content, right? Niche and broad, because what's going to happen is you're going to take this higher quality people, bring them up with the volume of people up here, right? Or down here. You're going to, by the nature of doing each of these pieces of content, bring them up this funnel, and then basically create them to be higher quality because they know, like, and trust you. And then that's where they're going to buy up here at the most aware. Now, before we do jump into the examples, if you want the exact ChatGPT prompt that I use, because I don't know a crazy amount of each of these industries. So if you want the ChatGPT prompt that not only is going to give you really great hook ideas, but allow you to take your concept of your video and then give you different hooks based on those levels of awareness, go ahead and check out the link down below in the description. And I'll just give you the exact prompt that I've been using. So now what I want to do is really just bring this video full circle. So how can we take the information that we just learned, right, in terms of levels of awareness, and bring it into content, right? Content creation, and back to the whole reason of this video, how to go viral every single time. So what you're going to do is think about, and we're just going to break down the 3 different types of offers. So health, wealth, and relationships. So we're talking about relationship coaches, health coaches, and business coaches. And I'm going to go through the levels of awareness with the same concept of video, but showing you how you can take the same concept and make different hooks to bring them up that level of awareness. So for example, we're gonna start off with health coaches, and the concept is dehydration, right? But someone might not even, you can't just come out and say, hey, here's my product to fix your dehydration, if they don't even understand that that is even a problem for them at the moment, right? So I'm gonna bring this up louder. We'll start with health coaches, and I'm basically just gonna do a hook as if I was as if I was making a video. So you may feel fine right now, but did you know that dehydration could literally be killing your energy right now? Here's how you can know if that's a problem for you. Hey, are you feeling tired all the time? I mean, most people think that it's their sleep, but it could actually just be dehydration. Here's how you know if it could be one or the other. Hey, you already know that dehydration is holding you back from reaching your fitness goals, but what is more important? Dehydration and drinking more water, or your diet? I know what you're thinking. You're asking yourself, should I be drinking an electrolyte drink or should I be drinking water to stay hydrated? Let me help you find the best option for you. Listen, you know you need to stay hydrated, right? You have a water bottle in your hand all day long, but dang it, you keep forgetting that you need to drink your water. Here's the steps that you can take to make sure that you build that habit and stay consistent. So next up, we're gonna do business coaches, and let's start with the unaware. So the unaware hook would be something like this. Hey, really quick. So your business, it might be working, it might be sailing right along, but did you know that there's a lot of optimization that can be done with every single marketing channel to help you make more money? Let's talk about it. Hey, are you struggling to hit your revenue goals every single month? If so, it might not actually be a sales problem, but more about lead generation. Let me explain. Hey, here's the thing. You know you need more leads, but should you focus on ads? Should you focus on organic? There's so much noise out in the world today. Which one should you focus on? Let's talk about it. You've been on social media recently and you've seen this person trying to sell you coaching, this person trying to sell you a SaaS or a product or something, but how do you know which one is going to be best for you? If you're watching this and you're a business that has tried literally everything to generate leads for your business, heck, maybe you even hired somebody else and you're trying to find someone else to work with, let me just give you a couple of recommendations of what I would say when you're looking for that next option. The next one is emotional connection. Hey, are you in a relationship that feels like it's going well? Well, first of all, I'm happy for you, but what I realized is there's actually a couple small habits that could be potentially eroding your emotional connection. Let me explain what those are. Hey, are you feeling discouraged in your relationship? Because I've been there, and I used to think that it was because of the big fights that I was having, but it actually wasn't that. It was just the lack of emotional connection with my wife. Here's really why I learned that. So you want to reconnect with your partner. There's a couple different ways that you can do that, and I want to break down really my 3 favorite ways. There's so many things you can do to repair your relationship, whether it's one-on-one coaching, seminars, going on vacation. So let me just give you a couple options and what might be the best for you. Look, you already know your relationship feels distant. You don't have the connection that you used to, and you want to fix this now. I've actually helped 3,000 other couples reignite their relationship, their love, the connection that they used to have when they first got started, and I want to help you. Here's how I can. So to bring this entire video full circle, finally, how do we go viral, right? How do we go viral every single time? And the way that you do that is understanding the pyramid, right? Understanding the levels of awareness pyramid and always going after the ones at the bottom, right? Making your content as broad and understandable for every single person that watches your video as humanly possible. Now, I'm gonna leave a very big caveat in here. If you go viral every single time, it is going to, like we talked about earlier, it's going to bring not as high quality of a person through. However, you are going to get a lot of those people through. So when you differ your content and now understanding the different levels of awareness, you can create different videos in every single one of those quadrants so that not only are you going viral, maybe not every time, but very consistently, then bringing the people up that pyramid so it ultimately leads to conversion. So all that being said, guys, hopefully this video was helpful. If you want the prompt and all that stuff, click the link down in the description. Also, you can click the video on screen if you're looking for a setup similar to the one you're seeing in this video to level up your video content. You can click the video on screen now.